Hello guys, and welcome to your match review of Fulham 1, Chelsea 2, with goals from Higuain on 20 minutes, Callum Chambers equalising for Fulham on 27 minutes, and Jorginho scoring for Chelsea on 31 minutes, what happened to be the winning goal. And in my opinion, it was a performance of two halves from the Blues. Chelsea, I thought, were really solid in the first half, extending on from their last two performances against City and Tottenham respectively, and playing a really good pressing game, if slightly unclinical. But I wanted to give some special mentions to Hazard, who I thought was excellent. I thought Jorginho's distribution was out of this world in that half. And his goal was pretty nice. I mean, his first shot from outside the box that hasn't blazed over the bar in a long time. So credit to Jorginho for that. I thought Higuain, excellent finish from his goal. Really nice poacher's finish from inside the box, which was good. He did miss another couple of chances in that half, but, you know, all strikers do. We've had Morata, guys, we should know. Of course, I think that the team in general were good. It was a good style of football. I thought Jorginho was the sort of metronome of the team for the first time in a while, in terms of our pressing game, in a game we have had more possession than not. And while I thought it was a bit shambolic of our defence to concede, I thought at that time we were going pretty well, and we were able to take the lead a couple of minutes after conceding, which was great. However, the second half was problematic for me. I thought that Chelsea really did lose pace and tempo to the game. I thought Ross Barkley, who I was lambasted for praising at half-time, I was a bit disappointed with him in the second half. I thought he was less ambitious and directed less driving runs in that half than the first. And I think, in short, that the team has a lot of work to do still to implement Sarri ball in a pressing game. I thought once Jorginho came off, Kovacic was nowhere near as effective in that regista role, to be honest with you. I thought he was relatively... He didn't have the quick distribution that one would expect of him, perhaps. And I think a saving grace of the half was actually Loftus-Cheek coming on 70 minutes, playing absolutely brilliantly, playing a lot faster than Barkley and showing what Chelsea were missing with Ross Barkley on the field, and not Loftus-Cheek. And I think he should definitely be starting more league games in the future, which was great. I thought Rudiger went off the pace a bit in the second half, unfortunately. He was rather... I thought he tried to distribute too much, and his long passes were pretty poor in reality. His tackling game was still great, and I wouldn't say in all sort of terms he had a bad game. I just don't think he was particularly as effective as useful. But I've saved my sort of main point for last, and it was something I wanted to give some credit to a certain player for, and he's been in trouble, and I've been furious with him in the last week, but I thought Kepa Arrizabalaga was outstanding today. I think his maturity to come back into the team and produce 2 or 3 fantastic saves, including one in the dying minutes of the game, to save us from dropping 2 points, was outstanding. And I think it shows the fact he played today, a great maturity on the part of both Kepa and Maurizio Sarri for resolving the issue in-house and showing that the club wasn't going to get bogged down by this issue and that the squad wasn't going to get bogged down, which is great. And Kepa, some outstanding saves, particularly the one in the first half from the volley, the one in the dying minutes that saved almost a certain goal, were both world-class. And I think if, your Alissons or your Edisons or your De Gea's had made that save, the press would be absolutely raving, as we know. But on the whole, I thought he was fantastic. Probably our man of the match today, if not Jorginho. And as a whole, my sort of general comment would be that Sarri ball has a very long way to go. But the signs are encouraging. You know, we're winning games. We've won 2 on the trot now. Had an unlucky draw the one before that. And the club seems to be pulling together at just the right time in this season, which is really good to see. And I would hope that after this result, we have Kiev in the Europa League. So good chance to see your Hudson-Odois, your Loftus-Cheek starting, your Ampadu possibly, Cahill. And then Wolves at home on next Saturday, I believe. And I would hope the form that Wolves are in, we'd be able to capitalise on that. And hopefully when we do have our game in hand, we can get into 4th and stay in that race to stay in that top 4 and get Champions League so we can sign some fantastic players in the summer for Sarri to build. Anyway, guys, up the Chelsea. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next week. This is Tom and goodbye.